What's up, chosen ones? If you're watching this video right now, I need you to pay very close attention because what I'm about to reveal is going to shake you to your core. Have you noticed something strange lately? People from your past, people who walked away, people who rejected you, people who treated you like you were nothing, are suddenly trying to come back into your life. They're sliding into your DMs. They're accidentally bumping into you. They're asking mutual friends about you. And here's the wildest part. They're acting like nothing ever happened. Well, let me tell you something powerful today. This is not a coincidence. This is not random. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why this is happening and what you absolutely must do about it. But before we dive deep, if you're part of the Chosen Ones community, smash that like button right now and subscribe because the content we're dropping here is going to transform how you see your worth and your power. Let's talk about what's really happening here, Chosen Ones. You've been through a transformation. Maybe you didn't even notice it happening, but trust me, everyone else noticed. While you were busy healing, growing, working on yourself in silence, something extraordinary was taking place. You were shedding old skin. You were releasing toxic patterns. You were stepping into your authentic power, and now you're glowing differently. Your energy has completely shifted. You're no longer the person who begged for scraps of attention. You're no longer the person who tolerated disrespect just to keep people around. You're no longer dimming your light so others could feel comfortable in their darkness. Here's what happened. You became inaccessible. Not physically, no, energetically, spiritually, emotionally. You raised your frequency so high that people who used to take you for granted suddenly can't reach you anymore. They can see you, but they can't touch your energy the way they used to. And that is driving them absolutely crazy. Think about it. When you were accessible, when you were always available, when you were constantly proving your worth to people who didn't deserve you, they didn't value you. They had unlimited access to your energy, your time, your love, your resources. They could come and go as they pleased. They could treat you however they wanted because they knew you'd always be there. But something shifted. You got tired. You got fed up. You finally said, enough is enough. And you started putting yourself first. Let me paint you a picture of what happened when you withdrew your energy. Imagine someone who's been drinking fresh water from a well every single day. Pure, clean, life-giving water. And it's free. They never had to work for it. They never had to appreciate it. They just took and took and took, thinking that well would never run dry. That well was you, chosen one. And one day you stopped letting them drink. You put a lock on that well. You said no more free access. And suddenly, they're out there in the desert, thirsty, desperate, realizing that every other water source is contaminated, bitter, or completely dried up. That's when the regret hits them like a freight train. Now they're looking around at all the people they replaced you with. And guess what? None of them measure up. None of them have your energy. None of them have your authenticity. None of them love like you loved. None of them support like you supported. None of them bring the light that you brought into their lives. They thought the grass was greener on the other side. They thought they could find better. They thought you were replaceable. And oh, how wrong they were. See, here's something powerful about chosen ones. You're not ordinary. You never were. You carry a unique frequency that cannot be duplicated, cannot be replicated, cannot be replaced. When people lose access to you, they lose access to something rare in this world. And now they know it. Now they feel it. Now they're experiencing the void that your absence created in their lives. Let's talk about how you know they're regretting losing you. Because trust me, the signs are everywhere. Sign number 1. They're watching your every move on social media. Every story you post, they're viewing it. Every picture you share, they're analyzing it. They're not engaging directly because their ego won't let them, but they're obsessed with what you're doing. They need to see if you're thriving without them. And when they see that you are, that regret intensifies. Sign number 2, they're bringing up your name in conversations with mutual friends. How's your name doing? Have you talked to your name lately? Is your name seeing anyone? They're fishing for information because they're consumed with thoughts of you. Sign number 3, the random "Hey stranger" texts. The "I was just thinking about you" messages. The "How have you been" DMs that come completely out of nowhere after months or even years of silence. They're testing the waters, seeing if you'll give them an opening to slide back into your life. Sign number 4, they're suddenly showing up in places they know you'll be. That coffee shop you always go to? They're there now. That gym you work out at? They just got a membership. Those events you attend. What a coincidence. They're interested in that too now. Sign number 5, they're mimicking your growth. You started a business? Now they're suddenly an entrepreneur. You're focused on spirituality? Now they're posting crystals and talking about manifestation. You're traveling? Now they're posting passport photos. They're trying to become what attracted them to you in the first place, but it's inauthentic because it's not their genuine journey. Sign number 6, they're love bombing you with sudden compliments and nostalgia. Remember when we used to? Or, you were always so amazing at. They're trying to remind you of the good times while conveniently forgetting all the bad times they put you through. Can you relate to any of these chosen ones? Drop a comment below and let me know which sign you've experienced. Now let me break down the psychology of what's happening in their minds. Human beings don't value what's easily accessible. This is hardwired into our psychology. When something is scarce, when something is limited, when something is difficult to obtain, that's when we assign it value. That's when we recognize its worth. When you were always available, always there, always accessible, they took you for granted. They didn't see your value because they didn't have to work for your presence. They didn't appreciate your energy because it was freely given. But the moment you withdrew, the moment you became unavailable, their entire perception shifted. This is called the scarcity principle in psychology, and it's powerful. Suddenly, you went from being taken for granted to being desperately desired. Not because you changed who you are, but because they lost access to who you've always been. Think about that for a second. You're the same amazing person you always were. But now that they can't have you, now that they can't control you, now that they can't manipulate you back into their orbit, your value in their eyes has skyrocketed. And here's where it gets even deeper. They're not just regretting losing you, they're regretting losing what you represented. They're regretting losing the version of themselves that existed when they had access to your energy. Because let's be real, you made them better. Your presence in their life elevated them. Your love inspired them. Your support carried them through difficult times. Now they're out here struggling without that energy, and they're finally understanding what they had and foolishly threw away. Now here comes the crucial part of this message. Chosen ones. And I need you to really hear this with your whole heart. Do not let them back in. I know it's tempting. I know part of you might feel validated by their regret. I know you might be thinking, finally, they see my worth now. Maybe things will be different this time. But listen to me carefully. People who truly value you don't need to lose you to appreciate you. Read that again. People who truly value you don't need to lose you to appreciate you. If someone needed you to completely remove yourself from their life for them to recognize your worth, that tells you everything you need to know about how they see you. You were never truly valued. You were just convenient. You were just comfortable. You were just there. And now that you're gone, they don't miss you. They miss what you did for them. They miss your energy. They miss your support. They miss having access to your light while they stayed in their darkness. Here's another truth bomb. If you let them back in, they will treat you the exact same way they treated you before. Maybe even worse. Why? Because now they know you'll take them back. Now they know your boundaries aren't real. Now they know they can disrespect you, discard you, and then return whenever they want, and you'll open that door. You become a revolving door instead of a sacred temple. Is that what you want? Is that the energy you want to embody? Absolutely not. You didn't do all that healing, all that growing, all that inner work just to backslide into old patterns with people who didn't deserve you the first time around. Think about where you were when they left. Think about how much pain you endured. Think about the nights you cried yourself to sleep. Think about how they made you question your worth. Think about how they dimmed your light. Think about how they drained your energy. Do you really want to go back to that? Do you really want to give someone who hurt you another opportunity to hurt you again? The answer is no, and it needs to stay no. Your peace is priceless, chosen ones, and anyone who disturbed your peace once will do it again if given the chance. This is your season of protection. This is your season of boundaries. This is your season of saying no to people, situations, and energies that don't serve your highest good. When they come knocking, and they will keep coming, you need to be firm. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe them closure. You don't owe them another chance. You don't owe them anything. Your silence is a complete sentence. Your no is a complete sentence. Your closed door is a complete answer. I want you to understand something powerful. The same energy that made you unavailable is the same energy that's going to keep you protected. Don't let their temporary regret manipulate you into abandoning your growth. They had their chance. They made their choice, and now they have to live with the consequences of underestimating a chosen one. You're not being mean. You're not being bitter. You're not being unforgiving. You're being wise. You're being protective of your energy. You're being intentional about who gets access to your space. This is called self-respect. This is called self-love. This is called self-preservation. And let me tell you something else. The universe is watching how you handle this moment. The universe is testing you right now to see if you've really learned the lessons from your past. Are you going to fall back into old patterns, or are you going to stand firm in your new identity? This is your test, chosen one, and I believe you're going to pass with flying colors. Now let's talk about the manipulation tactics they're going to use to try to get back in. Because knowledge is power, and you need to recognize these games when they're being played. Tactic number 1, the apology tour. They're going to come with tears, with I'm sorry, with I've changed, with I realize what I lost. They're going to say all the right things. But here's what you need to understand. Words without changed behavior are just manipulation. Anyone can apologize. Not everyone can actually transform. Tactic number 2, the guilt trip. They're going to try to make you feel bad for protecting yourself. You've changed. You're not the same person anymore. You've become cold. Don't fall for it. You haven't become cold. You've become conscious. You haven't changed in a bad way. You've evolved. Tactic number 3, the false emergency. Suddenly they're going through a crisis, and they need you specifically to help them. It's always something dramatic, something designed to pull on your heartstrings and make you feel obligated to show up for them. Don't do it. If they only reach out when they need something, that tells you everything. Tactic number 4, the third-party messenger. They can't get to you directly, so they send mutual friends to plead their case. They really miss you. They're really sorry. They're really struggling without you. Remember, if they were truly sorry, they would respect your boundaries and leave you alone. Tactic number 5, the jealousy game. They start posting pictures with other people, trying to make you jealous, trying to make you feel like you're missing out. This is their ego trying to regain control because they can't handle that. You're unbothered by their absence. Stay sharp, chosen ones. Stay aware. These tactics are designed to weaken your resolve and get you to lower your guard. Let me tell you what's really happening in your life right now. You're entering a new chapter. A chapter where you're no longer settling. A chapter where you're no longer accepting breadcrumbs. A chapter where you're no longer tolerating mediocre treatment from people who should be honored to know you. This new chapter is about standards. It's about boundaries. It's about discernment. The people who are meant to be in your life during this season will prove themselves. They won't make you question their intentions. They won't make you wonder if they value you. They won't need to lose you to appreciate you because they'll be too busy making sure they never give you a reason to leave. That's the energy you deserve. That's the treatment you're worthy of. That's the kind of connections you're calling in now. Your new chapter doesn't have room for people from old chapters who only want to return because they see you leveling up. Your glow up is not an invitation for people who dimmed your light to come back and benefit from your brightness. No, no, no. Your transformation is your reward for surviving everything they put you through. They don't get to enjoy the version of you that was built on the ashes of what they destroyed. Keep that door closed, chosen one. Keep your energy protected. Keep your standards high. And here's something beautiful that's about to happen. As you maintain these boundaries, as you protect your peace, as you refuse to let these people back in, you're going to attract a completely new level of people into your life. People who match your frequency. People who respect your boundaries from day one. People who see your value without needing to lose you first. The universe rewards those who respect themselves. The universe rewards those who protect their energy. The universe rewards those who refuse to settle. Your blessings are on the way, but you have to keep your hands free to receive them. And you can't receive new blessings if you're still holding on to old burdens. Listen, I know this message might be tough to hear. I know some of you might be struggling with this right now because someone from your past is trying to come back, and part of you wants to believe they've changed. But I'm giving you this message with love. I'm giving you this message because I want to see you win. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you live in the fullness of your power without being pulled back into situations that will only drain you. You are a chosen one. That means you're called to higher standards, deeper purpose, and authentic connections. Don't lower yourself to accommodate people who couldn't rise to meet you where you are. They regret losing you? Good. Let that regret teach them to value people before they lose them. Let that regret be their lesson, not your burden. Your job now is to keep moving forward, keep growing, keep glowing, keep becoming the highest version of yourself. And trust that the right people, people who will value you from day one, are on their way to you. The door you close on people who didn't value you is the same door that opens to people who will. But you can't walk through new doors if you're still standing in old doorways, hoping people will change. Make the choice today, chosen one. Choose you. Choose your peace. Choose your growth. Choose your future over your past. If this message resonated with you, I need you to do 3 things right now. Number 1, hit that like button. Number 2, subscribe to this channel because we're dropping powerful content for chosen ones every single week. And number 3, comment below "I am inaccessible" to affirm your commitment to protecting your energy. Remember, you didn't survive everything you've been through just to give people who hurt you another chance to do it again. Stay strong, stay protected, stay chosen. Until next time, keep shining and don't let anyone dim your light. Peace.